Welcome back to our life out in the country and our epic bedroom remodel. We are done, and this was quite the renovation that we did on this old bedroom. We started with a dated, dark, brown paneled, green gold carpeted
It was gross.
room. We didn't like to be in the room. It felt like a cave or a dungeon. It was just nasty. It was dark. It wasn't inviting. And we never even moved our stuff into the room because we couldn't live like that. So we took this project on as our first major renovation of this house. And we started by just gutting the room. We pulled all the paneling down. We pulled
Took out the carpet.
The carpet had to
The
go.
closets down.
We pulled out the insulation. We gutted the whole room, starting from scratch. That's the key. We didn't want to keep any of it. It just had to go. After pulling out all the walls, we could see the condition of the room. We knew what needed to be done. The first thing we did was start beefing up the studs to make the walls thicker and reinforcing the ceiling to be able to hold drywall. We wanted to turn this into a real house and not just have to replace paneling or something cheap. While the walls were open, we were able to put the outlets and switches and light boxes in exactly where we wanted them. We didn't have to stick with their old layout that they had. We also installed wiring for an electric heater and everything that we wanted in this room. Then, after the framing was done, we put 5.5-inch rock wool insulation in the walls. We wanted this house to be really well insulated. We live in Michigan, so it gets cold here. We have a long winter. We want to keep our heating bills low, so we really took time to insulate the room really well. Put up our vapor barrier, moved on to drywall. The project was going like really smoothly, really good.
Yeah.
I was happy with it. Drywall is not our favorite job, but we got it done, and it came out really good. The drywall was done, and we moved right on to finishing the walls, but we knew that this house, we were going to do something different. We wanted to be creative and just be us. We hate paint, and we said we're not just painting this room. It's not going to be flat. It's not going to be boring. We decided to try a paper technique, and this was a little bit of an experiment mixed with some previous experience that we've had. And we did these white paper walls. You get a glimpse behind us. They didn't come out the way we expected, but they came out very interesting, and we said, let's go with this.
Yeah, I like them.
So we got this really cool kind of organic, papery feel going on with shapes. Papering was slow. It was like pasting with wallpaper paste and sealing with a sealer, but just ripping and sticking every individual piece of paper on the wall. That took a lot of time. The papering was done. We had it sealed, dried, ready to go. So we said, let's get the floor done. The floor, we took a bold choice on our floor, I think. And we said, let's go a little bit crazy. We always play it safe. Let's do something really cool. So Ashley and I we looked at floors forever. And then I showed you this floor, and what'd you think?
I thought it was like hideous at first, but then I'm like thinking, oh, maybe it'll be awesome. Mm-hmm. And then we just decided to go with it.
We just did it. At first she's like, ew. And then she said, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
The floor, again, everything went really well on this job. Everything went smoothly. I don't think we ran into any problems. We got the floor laid. Before we did the floor, we put in some beams for our closet. We almost forgot to mention that. That is the highlight of the room. That is really the focal point, I think. One of them. It's so chunky and cool and just
simple.
Natural. We're really going for like a Nordic, Scandinavian type of feel in this room, where it's just natural wood, a lot of light tones, a lot of simplicity. We didn't want boxy, closed-in closets that are dark and just hard to use. So we said, let's leave our closets exposed. We wanted our closets to be full width, no doors, nothing in the way. So we built them that way to just be a straight slide in. They came out so good. So now moving on to woodwork, we did everything custom. All of our baseboards, our door trim, everything is custom made, custom shaped to what we wanted. We went with a very slim 2-inch baseboard that wraps all the way around the room. It looks so good. Very clean, very modern. With a room with a short ceiling like this, we only have a 7.5-foot ceiling. It helps to have a smaller trim, I think, because it makes the walls look larger. If you have a fat baseboard, you're just shrinking your wall space and making your room feel even shorter. And it just looks good. It looks good. We picked pine for all the trim. and it matches the highlights and the blonde in our flooring perfectly. Mm-hmm. So that was an excellent choice.
And we also put a new birch door on, which looks really good with the room.
We couldn't keep that old dark mobile home door. We did keep the same style because we like those flush modern doors, but we wanted to upgrade it and have it lighter and just a little bit better quality. Also, we built a custom built-in headboard, and that's the other focus. We got a headboard that's like a focus of the room, and then on the opposite side we have the closets. Kind of, no matter which way you face, it's awesome. The headboard is basically tongue and groove boards that we hooked to the wall, wrapped around the corners to give it a more finished look, and then we built in some really cool custom shelves that I made with the leftover tongue and groove boards. And these act as the nightstands on either side of the bed.
And they don't touch the floor, they're just floating to keep it easy to clean, looking simple.
So after all the woodwork was done, we went ahead and used tung oil on all the wood. Tung oil was our choice of finish because we were going for a natural feel and we didn't want to bring any chemicals into the room unnecessarily, polyurethanes, stains, or any kind of thing like that. So we went with a pure natural tung oil.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Multiple coats on all the wood. And that brings us up to the big reveal. That's it. That's everything so far. If you guys didn't watch those videos, go back and watch them. We recorded all of that in depth. You can watch us building out the walls, putting in the insulation, laying the floor. All that stuff is covered.
We have a playlist that you can actually check out where it's all in there.
And we'll link that below. So now you guys are excited. You said, yeah, Doug, we've seen it. We've seen it all. Show us the bedroom. Let's take a look. Here it is, guys. The room is done. It looks so awesome. Let's walk around and we'll show you all the features, everything that we did, and the stuff that we added that we didn't show you in the last videos.
This is a really cool rug that we found online. It's like denim and jute, so it goes along with our like natural theme. It's simple. We think it goes with the flooring really well. The blues and the natural jute coloring, it really contrasts and works. Yeah. With the tones of the floor. And this brings some color into the room. So here's our side stands. Floating. We got some plants on it. You could put like books in here or whatever. Under here we have an outlet in case somebody ever wants to plug something in. We have switches that go with our pendant lights. And you guys want to see how they look, right? Go ahead, Ash. Look at how cool these are. I think these were the perfect choice for this room. We chose these really geometric lights with these holes in them because it kind of really goes with the feel, the simplicity, the straight lines, the cleanness of the rooms. And it goes perfectly with the Nordic theme we're going for. With a little bit of wood on top. And I'll turn this one on so you can see both of them. And even though we made this room smaller, look how roomy it is. We have so much space in here. Yeah. So the wall came out good. The floating shelves are awesome. These plants, I know they're tiny, but they're going to grow. They're going to grow big. So wait. The window. Let's just address this really fast. The window is unfinished. These curtains are not new curtains. These are curtains that were here in the house. We're leaving them for privacy. We're waiting until we replace this old window to put trim in and put proper window treatments up. We think we're going to go with aluminum white blinds. Ignore that, just for this reveal. That part isn't done. Let's talk about the closets. Look how cool this is over here. I think this is so awesome looking. We hung curtains in the middle because that's going to be our work area. We're going to have like a workstation. It's a standing desk that we have and it has shelves on it, a bunch of junk. We don't want to look at it. We don't want to see a computer in our room, but this is the only place for it. So we decided to put curtains up, and you can open that up and show them. It's not finished yet. There's nothing in there. We still have to finish the outlet down there. I'm going to do that when I access the room behind it, so I'm not worried about that.
We also put a light in here for the workspace. And we chose a nice, simple, slim light for that. Believe it or not, these are shower curtains. It was hard to find a curtain the right length that we wanted, but we found these really cool black fabric shower curtains, and they were marked down cheap, so we grabbed them, and they work perfectly. They're a little bit high in the bottom. You can see they don't quite go down all the way, but they work.
And this design is so awesome. It just goes with the room so well.
Yep. So we got 2 of those, hung them on the rod, perfect. We almost put curtains on our closets, but we decided not to. We wanted to keep with our original idea of exposed closets. Now for the closets, I really struggled for a moment, and I said, how do I want to lay out this closet? I was going to build in shelves and build in a rod like typically you would. You know, you build it all in. But I wanted it to be flexible because I didn't know what our future was going to hold or how we wanted to rearrange it. I was really hesitant about building anything permanent in, so I got this idea of using these wire shelves. These were pretty inexpensive compared to building something or compared to other closet organizers. And what we did was we just happened to be able to fit it right in. I made these closets 3 feet wide. I had just enough room to fit a 3-foot wide shelf in there. We picked up these clothes hanging rods that are made for these shelves, and it works perfect.
Yeah.
We also picked up these baskets. These are like a paper basket, natural looking with a canvas liner, and that works for like the socks, undies, and all that kind of little stuff. So this is the perfect closet for us, and we didn't have to build anything in. It was just quick and easy.
And over here is the identical setup.
This is his and hers over here. Yep.
It just looks so awesome.
Really clean. Some people might not like seeing their closets open, seeing their clothes, but for us, it's really fine. And
I think it looks totally normal. Like, it doesn't faze me
I think
at all.
people have gotten into this thing of closets need doors and they're afraid of seeing the closet, but there's really nothing to be ashamed of in there, and it just helps you keep that much more organized and clean.
And there's our light, just a basic light. We think that goes really well with the room too. Nothing fancy, just a light.
A simple LED light fixture.
And it puts out good light.
Really nice.
For the whole room.
Yeah. Our wall heater is mounted. This is going to provide heat for the room until we get our wood stove installed. Just a simple convection wall heater, silent operation. So we like that. This quilt was a gift to us, and it was all handmade. And you can see that it is actually a mule.
Yep.
With the big ears. So that's a custom, one-of-a-kind mule quilt, and we really thank you. This is beautiful. And it goes so well in the room with the colors and the geometry of it. It's awesome.
So look at this room, guys. It just came out so good. And to think about what the room was, it's just like, we totally transformed it.
Yeah. It went from a dark, dingy cave,
outdated, ugly,
to a fresh, modern, just minimal, open space that you want to be in. It's so inviting.
I love being in here now.
Yeah. We tried not bringing too much color in, but let's talk about color. The blue. The blue is what we brought in because we liked it and we thought it goes good with the brown. It goes good with the floor without overpowering the room.
I mean, that's what denim does. You can match anything with denim.
So since we were using this denim rug, we also cut out some really cool denim placemats, I guess, for those pots. To bring that denim look up onto the shelves.
Yep. And for the hardware in here, we went with black. We got our black rod, our black hooks, the black brackets.
And black door hardware. We didn't change out the hinges, but we may do that someday. Put some black hinges on there.
Yep. And the outlets, we went with white.
Alright, so we love the room. You can let us know in the comments below if you love the room or do you hate the room. I know some of you still hate it, but we're loving it. It's so us. It's so cool. It's just great. But let's talk about some of the problems, some of the obstacles, and some of the things that we had to do getting the room ready. When we wanted to build in these shelves, we ran into a problem that The shelf would fit, but it wouldn't fit down at the floor because the baseboards stick out. You can see these baseboards made it impossible to get the shelf in. So what I ended up doing was cutting a couple of pieces of wood to screw in for the shelf to sit on. This was my way of dealing with that little problem. These can be unscrewed. It's just 2 screws on each side, and then your baseboards are fine, just 2 little holes. So sometimes you run into these obstacles, especially when your plans are evolving as you go. We weren't planning on doing these metal shelves necessarily at first, and we thought, oh, that would be cool. We bought them. We said, oh, these aren't going to fit. So we just raised them up.
And we made it work.
And it looks pretty good. So I'm not worried about that. That was a good fix. Another problem I had was with my hole filler, believe it or not. I took so much time putting all the woodwork in the room, making it look good, making it look clean. I put hole filler in it, and the type of hole filler I used looked so good. It matched the wood, but when I oiled it, man, it turned a dark brown. You can just see all these nail holes anywhere where I had to cover a nail. You almost couldn't see them. They were invisible before, and the oil darkened them. I'm not worried about it. It still looks good, but that was disappointing for me. I'm going to change hole fillers next time. So that was another problem that we ran into. You got to be careful when oiling the wood that the hole filler will be compatible with the oil and all that. Yep. Another problem was these lights. We loved these lights. We brought them home. We wanted to hook them up, and they came with this
ceiling
canopy
thing.
That was the top. And now what happened was this thing is tiny. This is a standard ceiling light box. You can see that this cover is
the same size, basically. Actually, it's smaller.
There is no way for you to cover that light hole, no matter how clean your ceiling hole was.
Yeah, because picture your sheetrock comes around it, so...
It was ugly. So we had to do a quick emergency eBay purchase, and we bought some new, wider canopies, and we had to swap them out.
This must just be for other countries or something. It doesn't work in our country.
So that was our major hiccups. Not too bad. It went pretty smooth until we got to the finishing work, and there was a couple of little problems, but we worked through them, worked past them, and now it's like 100% awesome. So I hope you guys really enjoyed the tour of our bedroom and the completion, or almost completion, of this first stage of our house remodel. We're so happy with this room, and this room taught us so many things that we can use going forward into the next room. So now we're going to do it even better, more efficiently, and know what to look out for. So thank you for watching. We're really happy that we were able to share this with you. The whole process was fun. We're just thrilled with it. But that's all we have for now. So until next time, take care.
Bye.
So these nightstands are going to attach to the wall on either side of the bed. And the way that I designed them, the outlet, the power, is going to be in this cubby right in the center. That's really cool, unless you want to plug something in on top or on the side right here. And then the cord would literally have to come out the front of the cubby and look ridiculous. You really can't use the outlet unless you're plugging something in here. So what I've decided to do to fix that problem is I picked up these little grommets. These are for wire organization. I'm basically going to be drilling a hole, and I already marked it out, right in the side of the cubby, and inserting this in. And that way, you can just pop that cover out. You send your plug in. If you have something up here, a clock, whatever, you can just send the wire right in there to the outlet. I'm going to clamp a piece of wood back here so that when I drill through, it doesn't blow out the back and make big splinters in there. There it is. See, now I don't have any blowout in the back, and it's still smooth inside here. To make it more secure, I'm gonna hot glue it. So I got a little hot glue around there, just to seal it to the wood. Now it's going nowhere. What I think I'm gonna do is attach a couple of screws through the face of the wood, right behind where the cabinet attaches, and that way this wood is really solid against the studs and can't flex. Wow, it's like too much, too little, too much, too little. That was tedious. So you guys might have noticed that the outlet boxes are set in the wall a little too far, but that's why I installed these adjustable boxes. So I can just turn this screw right here. Like that. Bring it straight flush with the wall. Perfect. So we got the bracket hung on the wall. And this is a little tricky because the wire comes in the back and it has to be lined up exactly where the wires come through the hole. This fitting doesn't come on the heater. I actually put this on. This is a rain tight fitting for like a outdoor electrical box, but I think it's going to be the perfect solution to hiding the wire between where it comes out the wall and the heater. I know you guys are excited to see what lights we picked out, so here it is. There's our ceiling light. No, I'm just trolling you guys. This is actually the light that goes inside our desk area, inside this closet. We just wanted it to be clean and basic. We love the shape of it and the simplicity of it.